The WTA 125 tournament, the Mumbai Open, is coming to a business end with this final slated on Sunday, February 9. And one person who is keeping this tournament under control, ensuring everything is in order, is the tournament director Sunder Iyer, who is a popular figure in the Indian tennis circuit, and he has also been the manager of the Indian Davis Cup team not long ago. Here I have the pleasure of inviting Sunder Iyer to Gikkudiaries YouTube channel. Hi Sunder, thank you for doing this. Welcome to Gikkudiaries.
Thank you, Jikku. Thank you for this. Really appreciate.
Yeah, so how has it been this Mumbai Open so far, with today being the quarterfinal day?
No, it's excellent. We started this whole venture. Actually, India did the first WTA 125 because there are no 250s available in the world. Okay. So they came up with this 125 and we did this in Pune in around 2000, I think 10. And since then WTA 125 also taken off. We probably had the record for the oldest and the youngest player at that time. We did in Pune. And Svitolina, who was world number 1, was the youngest player to win the tournament. She was 15 years old and she just came from the French Open. And we had Kimiko Date as the oldest player. So it still is on the record as the final between the oldest and the youngest player. But since then, we have been trying to have this regularly in India because I think such tournaments are needed by the Indian players. Our players are really doing well, but they need opportunities. So if we do this tournament, at least I have an opportunity to give 9 Indians a wild card or ensure that they play. But if they go abroad, not even one player might make it because of the ranking. Right. So truly a happy moment for us to get this tournament to Mumbai and India.
This WTA Mumbai Open 2025 is seeing a 15-year-old promising player, Maaya, and she has been given the wild card here. So what is special about her?
No, actually the wild cards we decided to give them between the young and the experienced player. If you look, we have given a wild card to Shrivali Bhamidipati, we gave it to Shaja Yamlapalli. All these girls are 23, 24. We gave it to one of our most promising girls from Maharashtra, Vaishnavi Adkar, who is just 20 years old. And Maaya, we decided to give her a wild card because she's going to go abroad, and I think there are a lot of factors when you decide a wild card. It is just not given because she's 16 years old or something like that. Right. So there is something called the Grand Slam Development Fund, which the ITF gives, and one of the regulations to somebody to receive money as much as about $100,000 is that you need to be world number top 50 or you should be ranked in 750 in the women's. So these are all criteria, and we want to ensure that at least these players could get some funding from the ITF based on the ranking, and that was one of the reasons that came in the mind. So Prashant Sutar and myself decided that we should also promote young girls, and that's how Maaya's wildcard came through. But I'm truly happy because she made the most of it. It is when we give a wildcard to somebody, we don't expect them to win, or because winning and losing is not in your hand. Right. But the whole thing is what effort you put in your game, and I think that is what Maaya did, and that is what we are all happy about. See, winning and losing is a temporary thing, and you can win and you can lose because it's your day. But the effort is must. The effort is important, and I think that's why I'm more happy about her effort rather than the results.
And Maaya is, can we say, one of the promising players who has a bright future. And how is the status of women's tennis or upcoming women's tennis?
See, Maaya's journey has been a fairy tale, and I hope it will remain like that. But I don't think it's too early to judge her now by her performance in one tournament. It's good that she did well, and I'm really happy about it. But it should not go into our heads and her head too, because her journey is very long. Right. For tennis players, her journey is 15 years. She's just 15 years old. Right. And I think she has a very, very long journey on her hands, and I think she has to last it. Because tennis is just not physical, it is also mental. It is your ability to manage your own self, manage your travel. So, we are very happy that we have found a player, we have found a diamond, but we need to really, really nourish the diamond very well. Otherwise, and like they say, we have to carve out a very good diamond from a stone. And if there is a one mistake, the diamond will crack. So we don't want that to happen. So as an administrator, I'm very happy with her performance right now, but I'm not reading too deep into it because she has miles to go before she achieves anything.
Right.
But one thing is very good, that she's been able to pull off things. She's been able to show her character. She's been able to show her game and her confidence, which will take her into a very long, on a very, very long journey.
Right. So as a tennis administrator, I'm sure there are things in place for the growth of tennis in India. What can you explain if there are and what are the plans for the future?
Yeah, obviously we need to do much more in Indian tennis. This is just the beginning. This year we have done tournaments for women's worth around $500,000 since last September till March, which never happened before.
Right.
The whole aim is to put about 15 to 20 tournaments for women and 15 to 20 tournaments for men's in India. So then there is an opportunity for them to play at home for these 20 weeks, and they can play for another 10 to 15 weeks abroad.
Right.
Right now, most of them are playing abroad most of the times, but I'm really happy that we've been able to get so many tournaments. My colleagues at different associations are working very hard. There are 5 or 6 associations with me. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Gujarat are making a lot of efforts to get tournaments to India and help their players. So all this helps in the long run. So today we have 6. We want to increase it to 12 states who will do it. Even if every state in India does a tournament, we will have 28 tournaments, and that is the aim to do it, because it is not very easy to organize tournaments. People think, why are you not doing it? Why are you not doing it? But it's a effort. And I think we'll all put it together. Now the success of Maharashtra is very evident because we've been able to track our government. We have this cooperation between our government, whether Gujarat is doing it with the government. So all these are role models for other states to follow, and we are working on that. And I'm really happy that in the next few years it's going to be good times for Indian players, for sure.
This WTA, the Mumbai Open has seen some of the players who have gone on to become Grand Slam winners, like Aryna Sabalenka was part of this some years ago. So, and this year we had the Wimbledon semi-finalist in Tatia Maria. So, how has it been, and what are the challenges you face as a tournament director?
See, though it's a WTA 125, if you look at the standards that are needed to organize it, it is the same as a WTA 250 or a 500.
Right.
Because many of the players who are playing in our tournament have already played the WTA 250 and 500 events. So they need an equal kind of a standard at all tournaments. Because it's just a 125, it doesn't mean that the standards drop. Whether it is food, whether it's the hotel, whether it's transportation, whether they're balls, whether they are, the standard of umpires, whether it's standard of the linesman. So these are all set by the WTA, because these players keep coming down and up.
Right.
Like if you look at Jill Techman, or if you look at today's winner Alexandra, these are all who are top 20 players one time.
Right.
And they are out because they got injured. So they are going to make a comeback. But they have been the best, the top 20 is they played all the top events in the world. And right now they are all trying to make a comeback. So I think, and whether it is there or not, it is our duty. India is a very hospitable country. We are all very gracious people, and I think it's in our, history, culture that we should provide the best. And I think I'm very happy, thanks to the Larsen and Toubro, MMRDA, SIDCO, who came in, to support this event, because it is very difficult to put an event of this nature to put together.
Right.
I would like to thank Mr. Prashant Sutar, my friend, and also the president of MSLTA, Mr. Sanjay Kandare, Mr. Praveen Darade, and mostly OP Gupta, who are all IS officers for trying to help us to put this tournament together, because it is very difficult. If you look at it, the cost of doing a tournament like this is about 4 to 5 crore rupees, because there is hospitality involved. We have to have about 1,000 room nights totally we have to book 1,000 room nights for players.
Okay.
We have to have transportation, we have to have food, we have to have the stand, because Mumbai doesn't have a stadium. We have to construct a temporary stand.
Right.
So these are all expensive propositions, but we are very happy to do this event in Mumbai, because Mumbai deserves a higher level event like this, because it is very important that a city like Mumbai, which is a very sports loving city, enjoys everything, has to have an event like this of this stature, and that is why we want this tournament to be in Mumbai, and we will continue to do it in Mumbai in the years to come.
Sundar, you've been the manager of the Indian Davis Cup team. Can you recall those days and
No,
how special was it?
No, it is very special to always be with the Indian team, with the Indian boys. You know, people like young and old. We had Bopanna, we had Pace in the team when I was there, and the young ones, the young players started coming in. So you know how the players are, to move with them, they inspire you, you inspire them, and you push them. So it's a different thing, like in a box where players are there. And I think it's very good. But a manager job is very professional. It is not that somebody goes as a manager because you have to take good care of your players, whether they're food, whether they have logistics. And so my journey with the players has been very, very good. So I don't travel now, but most of them miss me because they enjoyed their trip because they had no problems. But it's about that manager has to do. You have to be on top with the media. You have to be on top with the government. And we started this thing of meeting the ambassadors in those countries. Then the ambassadors started inviting the Indian teams, and now which continues still. So it is just connecting with the people. So all these are new things, and I'm happy that these are all things. The standards set are all followed now.
And what next for Sunder Iyer, the tennis official?
Well, there are a lot of things. We have a ATP Challenger coming very soon, and I'm very also happy to announce that India has got the rights to host the Billie Jean King Cup with 8 countries, which will happen in Pune, and it's a very, very big tournament, and it gives an Indian opportunity to go into the world group of Billie Jean King Cup.
Right.
So it's a home advantage our players should take, and that is the reason why we put this tournament in India and in Pune. And so there are 2 or 3 things coming up. So let's see how it goes, but one by one, Indian tennis should benefit from whatever we are doing. That's our main aim.
True. Thank you so much, Sundar, and wish you all the best in your endeavor. And
thank you.
Hopefully, India will shine in world tennis.
I hope so, because that is a dream that our players. It is India's time everywhere, and tennis. We have been like 3 decades. Nothing has happened. Not as much, but now I think it's a decade of India. So I'm hoping that the next Olympics, the next Asian Games, India are going to be surely the superpower in tennis. That is what we all dream of.
Okay, all the best, Sundar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. That was Sundar, the tournament director of Mumbai Open 2025.